Hi and welcome to the channel. My name is Anna Maria and this is the 8th episode that I'm doing in a series about the witch trials. And in this episode I will talk about the autonomous communities of Navarra and the Basque country of Spain. I will link the other episodes down below. I will remind everyone that the witch trials were brutal. And some of the themes I will be taking up can be distressing, especially when it comes to the punishment and the sentences for the accused. So a warning for the episode. First of all, I'm sorry about the pronunciations through the whole episode. I will try my best. The witch trials of Navarra between 1525 and 1526 was important, because that led to how the Spanish Inquisition made their choices regarding the witch trials. In 1525, the Council of Navarra said that someone should go up in the mountain and check on people there. The person that went up had two girls with him that were 9 and 11 years old, and it was said that they could spot a witch. It was said that the girls could see a devil's mark in someone's eyes, and that meant that they were a witch. And quite a few people were arrested and then executed via this method. We don't know exactly how many people that were executed during this mission, but we do know that it was from 5 different areas in the region. And this didn't go unnoticed by the Supreme Council of the Spanish Inquisition that took over the witch hunt, and all the accused people were relocated to them. The council got to look at all of the trials that were going on, and in the end the Spanish Inquisition put out some principles on how the witch hunts should be dealt with. It was now the Inquisition that held the trials for the witches, and they introduced a bit of skepticism against witchcraft and were very careful how they did the sentences. They did this more often than the death sentences. And the re-education of the witches happened all the way from 1526 to 1609. People were still executed during this period of time, but instead of witchcraft they called it heresy. That started with the case of Maria Johann, who was a peasant. She was accused of using witchcraft, having a pact with the devil, and heresy. She was tried in secular legal court instead of the Inquisition. She herself said that she had seen evil spirits since she was a child, and that she met the devil at the age of 10. She confessed under torture and was sentenced to burn at the stake. Her case sparked a new fear of witches, and all the trials went up again. It was around 50 people that were accused before the Inquisition managed to stop any more executions. The Basque witch trials was between 1609 and 1614. And it was an attempt to take out witchcraft forever. And it was the Spanish Inquisition that decided to do this. It was around 7,000 people that were accused of witchcraft, but not that many executions. In the first round between 1609 to 1610, there were 31 accused, but around 5 to 6 were burnt. After this, the Inquisition wanted more evidence, since they believed that there were a witch cult in the Basque area. And they sent a man called Alonso de Salazar Frias on a mission to travel around and search for people that were involved in this. He and the Inquisition promised that people that gave themselves up and gave name of others wouldn't be punished, and a lot of people decided to talk. Many of the accusers were children, and this is a common thing in a lot of countries during the witch trials. 5,000 names were given, and 1,802 of them retracted their statements and said that they didn't want to be a part of it anymore. The retractions that was happening was because people said that they had been forced to confess under torture. In the end, it was 11,000 pages that were written down about the Basque witch trials. The Inquisitor General was a skeptic as well and didn't believe that an accusation or a confession was enough to execute anyone. In 1614 the rules changed, and you had to have a lot of evidence in a case against a witch, and this led to the end of burning witches in Spain. The practice still were going on in the north to an extent though. The secular courts had cases up until the 17th century, but it started to die down there as well. And the last person that was executed for witchcraft was a woman called Maria Pujol. She was hanged in 1767, and that was 100 years after the last execution for witchcraft. And that was all for this episode about the witch trials in Navarra and the Basque country. In the next episode I will talk about France. If you like this episode, please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget the notifications, and I will see you in the next one.